Przepraszam za ten kaszel, musiałam zakończyć tamtego live'a, bo już 2 godziny trwał.
It's quite uncommon for a student to begin as a fifth year. Might be a bit of work, but I'm sure that's never stopped you before.
Gadamy.
Hufflepuff Common Room.
This is the entrance.
Indeed. I will explain what to do, but I hesitate to do it myself as one errant knock leads to being doused in vinegar. Most unpleasant. You must tap the barrel, 2 from the bottom, middle of the second row, in the rhythm of Helga Hufflepuff. Well done. Now go on in and get some sleep. You have a big day ahead of you tomorrow. I shall be back. You're welcome. I hope you enjoy your first night at Hogwarts. Sleep well.
Okej, zapowiada się ciekawie. Przepraszam bardzo, bardzo, że ten odcinek tak długo trwa. Nie spodziewałam się, że tak to będzie wyglądać. O, teraz to mi się to podoba, ale miejsce nowe lubię.
Better head to the common room.
Najwyżej będą 2 części. Przepraszam was za długi odcinek. Ale przedłużyło nam się ze względu, że no, misje powtarzałam wcześniej. Czy możemy się poznać z ludźmi? Dobra, tak to wygląda. Aha, możemy zjeść coś. Nie możemy się z nią poznać. Mamy iść tam, gdzie gra nam każe. Przedstaw się Arturowi.
Oh, hello. She's awfully regal, isn't she?
Is that your owl?
I don't know who she is. Likely one of the Hufflepuffs around here. Owls choose their own company anyway. Wait, you're the new 5th year. Quite the dramatic entrance you made. Can't imagine wanting to call attention to yourself, especially since everyone will be watching to see how much you already know.
I am a bit concerned. I have a lot of catching up to do.
Indeed. 4 years of schoolwork is a bit... being that far behind, I'd feel so... inadequate. Of course, presumably, as a hard-working Hufflepuff, you'll prove yourself in no time. I'm hard-working too, as you might suspect. But sometimes I think I should have been a Ravenclaw. I've rather a searing wit. At least people have always told me so. I'm Lenora, by the way. Lenora Everly. Well, mustn't keep you. You've such a lot to do.
It was nice meeting you, Lenora.
Of course. Adieu.
Arthur's got you.
You don't need to be frightened, little cat.
I can't quite reach.
Come on, he went that way.
Hope they can catch him. Big castle for a student to get lost in, let alone a cat. Get lost sometimes. Welcome to Hufflepuff, by the way. Really glad to have you in our house. I'm Arthur.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Was that your cat?
No, one of the first years, I think. Don't have any pets of my own, unfortunately. My mother doesn't think too highly of them, especially magical ones.
I'm sorry to hear that. I think magical beasts are rather incredible.
Best thing about coming to Hogwarts. Nifflers, glumbumbles, bowtruckles. I thought they were only pictures in books before. Well, Dad did bring home a puffskein once. Mum was furious. Anyway, I better go make sure the first years caught that cat. Don't want them to be late on their first day.
Nice meeting you, Arthur. And good luck finding that cat.
Thank you. Try not to get lost in the castle yourself.
Jasne, nie ma problemu.
Oh, Uncle, this doesn't sound like you. Something's wrong. Oh, hello there. You're the new Hufflepuff, yes? I'm Adelaide. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Is everything all right?
Oh, yes. I'm just a bit distracted. Letter from my uncle. So tell me, I've been hearing all sorts of rumors. Were you really nearly gobbled up by a dragon?
That one is true. Not the typical start to a new school.
That's dreadful. Well, I'm glad you made it here alive. Well, anyway, I imagine you have lots to do. I hope you have a wonderful first day.
Thank you, Adelaide. Be seeing you.
Of course, and good luck.
Is the new Hufflepuff out of bed yet? Professor Weasley's waiting for them outside the common room.
To sobie siedzi. No to idziemy dalej.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here you are.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a fifth year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test. This way.
Przepraszam.
The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was
Co
a
to
student.
było? Widzieliście to?
Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings. Do keep up.
Co to było? Skacząca ryba?
Simply cast Revelio on it, and we'll see what the guide says.
Protego!
Nowy.
Revelio.
A,
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle.
mamy dużo zwiedzenia, dużo poznawania i tak dalej, i tak dalej, i tak dalej.
Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
O. Tak teraz podróżujemy. Nice, super, zajebiście, podoba mi się to.
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive, our King's Cross station, so to speak. That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become Auras. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard. And you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
We did take a bit of a detour on the way here. Ended up exploring some ruins and... I shouldn't say more.
Exploring ruins? Well, I presume Professor Fig has his reasons for keeping the details to himself for now. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the detail to you? And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you and Professor Weasley talking about exploring ruins?
Yes, sir. But I didn't tell her anything else about our travels here. I will say, I think she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
O, misja skończona chyba w końcu. O kurde, dostępne są misje. Zajęcia zabrane przed czarną magią. Zajęcia zaklęć. Śledź.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
O, w końcu misja ukończona. No i co, musimy jakąś lekcję zrobić, tak? Jakieś dwie lekcje. To musi być jakiś odcinek. Także w piątek będzie odcinek i... albo w sobotę, albo w niedzielę. Jak się wam podoba nowe miejsce? Szybcy mamy. Co by pomyślą? Pięknie tu jest. Możemy sobie pochodzić, pozwiedzać. Ale to jest duża szkoła, ja cię kręcę. Naprawdę, tu jest tak pięknie. Będą z tego chyba 2 odcinki. A czy będziemy jeszcze grali? Może tak, ale chciałam zrobić z tego odcinek, ale prawdopodobnie nie będzie z tego odcinka. Ale tu jest pięknie. Możemy sobie chodzić po zwiedzach. Jeszcze nie idziemy na górę. Idziemy. Zamknięte drzwi. Dajcie znać, czy wam się to podoba, czy nie. Chcecie więcej takich odcinków, czy coś. Klasyczna muzyka gra. No ciekawe wam powiem. Posłuchamy jak grają, tak? Grajcie, grajcie. Niekulturalnie tak siorbać. Patrzcie. Ale
Survives the reign of this headmaster. I think we should have a moon calf in charge.
Chyba się zgubiłem. Przepraszam, zgubiłam się. No idziemy tak jak gra nam każe. Już żadnego wyziewania. O, tu jest przejście. Dobra, idziemy. Nie będziemy tu nic kombinować. Się nachodzi. Zaczynamy.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please books to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Accio!
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me. I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you. The trick is to pull the sphere as far as possible, but not a bit more, or it'll fall, yes? Now, I could keep talking about theory all day, but practice is the best professor. Show us how it's done.
Co? Zaklęcia przywołuje.
Excellent control there. Splendid!
Aha.
That's it! Not to worry. Very good. Points to Hufflepuff. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Watch this. I know I didn't do much, but try not to be nervous. You are doing quite well.
Świetnie. Laska nas ogrywa. Powiem wam, że przyjemna jest ta gra na początku, bo tak trudno. Z misją jedną.
Excellent.
Be sharp. There we go.
Stay focused.
Ja wierzę, mama wygrała ze mną.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
Mogę to powtórzyć?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
Świetnie.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Watch this.
To jest mapa.
Let us see this. That is how it's done.
Very good.
Here we go.
There we go. Not exactly your typical lesson, is it? Not that I mind. Quite impressive.
Very good, both of you. Well done.
Można to jakoś powtórzyć?
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Well done back there. You took the loss in stride. Didn't want to go too easy on you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Proszę.
Is Wagadu much bigger than Hogwarts?
Wagadu School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
You can cast spells without a wand?
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
Is Wagadu a castle, like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can use Accio on humans, if you're so inclined.
Well, you'd be using it on clothing, to be precise, Sebastian. You know it won't work on humans.
A word, if you would.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? Miss Onai is a talented witch. Take it in stride. One often gains the most from the battles one has lost.
Of course, Professor. It was a challenging match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Lekcja ukończona. Łatwe to jest. Idziemy na kolejną lekcję.
Professor Ronan reminds me of my grandfather. Loads of wisdom, but a bit mad.
Jak się z wami chodzi?
Hello there. You're the new student,
Hello.
aren't you?
You wanted to speak to me?
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet you. You're the student everyone's been whispering about. Hope your first day's going well. You certainly seem to hold your own in charms.
I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to impress Professor Ronan.
Idziemy na kolejną lekcję. Jezu. Chodźcie mi wskazać. A, było się. Hop. Także będzie długi odcinek. Potem trwa 2 godziny. A tutaj 2 lekcje będą i kończymy na dzisiaj odcinek, bo długo już trwa. A ja późno nagrywam.
Is that all you've got?
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, You may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
If you surround and pięknie udało się.
Levioso!
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is weak. As Master Pruitt, so artfully helped. Good. Now, the basic cast. Good. Now, the basic cast.
Levioso!
Good. Now, the basic.
Levioso!
Well done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
This should be easy.
You're good.
How perceptive. What are you doing up there?
Rather good at this, aren't you?
I know.
Stupid one.
Lucky.
Nothing lucky about it.
Stupid one. This can't be your first duel.
Let's just say I'm a...
Thank all of my students for this adept. Remember the lesson. Levioso is quite effective in concert with other
Protego. Stupid one.
I do enjoy a lively duel. Use the basic cast when your opponent's guard. Try to anticipate your opponent's next move.
Protego. Stupid one.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as
Gdzie
good
tak
as
to
you
się
get.
robi?
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Hufflepuff.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Ojej.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Huh, fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance, if you're interested. Till next time.
Już mamy ukończone. O, godzinę trwa i chyba będziemy kończyć co pomału, bo widzę, że zrobiliśmy już wiele lekcji. Było łatwe, przyjemne. Dupy nie urywa. Że może jeszcze zagramy w pewne. O, mamy kolejną misję. Ale chyba na dzisiaj może skończymy. Jeśli wam się podobało, subskrybujcie, lajkujcie, komentujcie. Filmy wrzucam w piątek i w niedzielę. Kolejna skrzynia. Ciekawie... Ha.
Oh, I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to keep things friendly.
No właśnie. Dobra.
If you know the right...
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
Nie wiem, co z nim jest nie tak. Mamy nowe chyba zaklęcia.
Always thought.
You drilled Sebastian. He's strong competition. Well done.
co chodzi z tą skrzynią?
Protego!
Nie wiem, o co chodzi z skrzynią, to jest... Nie mam pojęcia. I coś zielone mamy. Dajcie znać, czy wam się podoba taka seria. Wiem, że na początku było trudno, ale daliśmy radę, były nerwy, stres. Przepraszam, że przeklinam, ale to większość chyba youtuberów przeklina, także przepraszam was bardzo z góry. Postaram się ograniczyć. Tak wygląda nasza szkoła. Mamy ten strój. Bo innego chyba stroju nie możemy mieć. To już chyba widzieliśmy. O, możemy kręcić kołem. Kręcisz moją zabawę, dziewczyną. Dobra, się rusza? Patrzcie. A pierniczę, to coś czuję, że będzie strasznie. Jeszcze porządnie, jak się zacznie ruszać, to będzie cud malina. Skrzynia, halo. Nie mogę słońca, okej. Dajcie znać, co o tym myślicie, czy podoba wam się, czy nie. Mogę wyjść. Mogę wyjść na mnie. Już mi tu coś z tym białym. Czy ja mogę z kimś pogadać? Cukierki. Ciekawe miejsce, ciekawe. O co chodzi z tym białym? Już mi może wytłumaczyć. Skrzydło, skrzydło. Okej. Po zajęcie. Śledź. Jak się przeteleportować? Jak tu się teleportuje? Jak się tutaj teleportuje? Ktoś wie? Jak tutaj działa teleportacja? O, mogę sobie przybliżyć. To jest teleportacja? Ale chcę się przeteleportować, ale nie jak? Jak tu działa teleportacja? To jest to? O co chodzi? Są miejsce jakieś? Nie wiem o co chodzi. Do miejsc mogę się chyba przeteleportować. Jak się teleportuje. Coś wie w tej ten. To jest teleportacja? Dobra, może to jeszcze to zrobimy. Kończymy na dzisiaj. Niech będzie porówno. O kurde. Jezu, jak ona uznał nas za dobrego ucznia, to nie wiem. Wyślę nas gdzieś indziej? Nie wiem, co mogą sobie myśleć. Aha, tak sobie kręci. Nie wiem, o co chodzi z tym. Nie mam pojęcia. Ojciec chyba jest duża szkoła. O, panie. Nie wiem, jak działa teleportacja. No. Nie podsłuchujemy, tylko idziemy. Nie podsłuchujemy, ale co nie robimy. Ale spoko.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps
Dobra,
you could help.
będziemy chyba na tym zakończyć.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit during your brief detour near... what was it you said? Some ruins? I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Have you and Professor Fig not discussed my training?
He continues to be reticent about the details, mentioning only a few spells. Revelio, was it? And Lumos?
That's correct, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to I mentioned earlier. We've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior. Asked that they have a couple of particular recipes on hand for you.
There's an Ollivander's in Hogsmeade.
There is. Most people are familiar with the shop in Diagon Alley. We're fortunate to have someone like him nearby. Mr. Ollivander is a genuine craftsman and highly skilled wand maker. I would trust no one else to pair me with a wand.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
I'd like to go with Natty.
Excellent choice. Miss Onai is one of our most talented students. And she knows the area. She'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
Tak, chodź w kółko w tej wewce. O ty. Jejku. Jaki słodki. O ty. Muszę go pogłaskać. No muszę, no nie ma opcji. Dobra, ostatnie...
Ah, there you are.
Tego pana? Okej.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor.
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that. The mending charm, Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object good as new in the blink of an eye.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peers. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me. We will have you casting Reparo in no time.
Why must I first complete tasks to learn Reparo?
No lesson or lecture can compare to first-hand experience, and these tasks should provide you with just that. Such experience is invaluable when mastering any new bit of magic.
Mogę mówić na ciebie,
I'll start on
Roman?
the task right away, Professor.
Łatwiej mi będzie.
This is the right area. I wonder where the flying page is.
Latający.
Perhaps mind what you're doing there.
Revelio. Revelio.
Jak mam tą łapać? Chodź tu. Jak mam to łapać?
Revelio.
Aha, ją tą łapać.
Revelio.
Mam? Aha. Nie wierzę, to mam tu łapę. O, matko, szybko się łapę.
Revelio.
Jak mam to złapać? Co jest zagrane? Skakać, łapać?
Revelio.
Weź to teraz zła.
Revelio.
Czy mam to złapać?
Got it.
O, w końcu. Matko, takie
A
trudne.
flying page must be around here somewhere.
If only a new student were to help me with my sad predicament.
Are you all right?
Don't you know who I am? Zenobia Noak, the girl whom everyone at school hates for no reason.
I'm sorry the other students weren't more friendly.
That's kind of you. I suppose there are a few decent souls here. I wanted to make some new friends, and so I brought my collection down to the common room. My gobstone collection, that is. I was hoping someone would want to play. Are you familiar with gobstones? Little balls, like marbles. Grand game. And if you lose, they spray you with a foul-smelling liquid.
I haven't much interest in a game that sprays you with odors.
Only if you lose, which I never do. Or at least, not often. People can be so cruel. Just because they're sprayed all over with smelly gobstone spit, it's their own fault for losing. Imelda is one of the worst losers. Everett and Astoria are terrible as well. And now those poor losers have taken my gobstones and hidden them in very high places all over the school.
Sounds as if you caused the smelly situation and they responded accordingly.
I didn't make the rules. Anyway, I can't work out how to get them back on my own. I don't think I know the necessary spells yet. I need someone, perhaps a selfless and talented fifth year to help me.
I'll see what I can do.
I'd appreciate the help. If you do find all of my gobstones, do come and see me again. I'll be back to playing Snake Pit and Jackstone by myself in no time.
Przepraszam, ale... Ile mam tego zbierać?
Don't get too cocky simply because you had one victory over Salad.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
I trust the preliminary tasks were...
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we? Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation and movements. I want to see some vigor. Now, wand at the ready.
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic. That's it! Very good. If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak.
O, ty!
Perhaps a jilted lover thought it too accurate and lashed out.
Przepraszam, że przerywam, ale pasek tak mroczy. Słodko, że tu nie wiedziałam, że tu koty są. Naprawdę podoba mi się. Wciągnęłam się w tą grę. Zagrałem może kiedyś jeszcze. Sorry. Wow. 3. poziom. O. McDonald's przychodzi. To jest takie słodkie, urocze. Dziękuję wam bardzo, jeśli wam się podobało. Łapkujcie, subskrybujcie, komentujcie. Dajcie znać, co o tym myślicie. O tej grze, bo mi się bardzo podoba, wciągnąłem się w nią. Początek był trudny, było nerwy, były stresy, daliśmy z siebie. My się nie podajemy, na dzisiaj już koniec, za długo już dzisiaj trwa. Mamy już 2 odcinki nagrane, także będą na weekend. W piątek będzie i w niedzielę. W piątek i w niedzielę będzie 2 odcinki z gry Dziedzictwo Hogwartu. Dziękuję bardzo za obecność. Mam nadzieję, że wam się podobało. Poznaliśmy kilka osób. Co to jest?
Protego! Lumos. Leviosa. Reparo. Nicely done.
O.
Works like a charm, doesn't it? Lumos. Accio.
Nie wiem. Dobra, mniejsza z tym. Dziękuję wam bardzo za obecność, dziękuję za oglądanie. Jeśli wam się podobało, dajcie znać, co o tym myślicie i widzimy się już w kolejnych seriach filmów. Oczywiście live'ie, bo to live jest. Widzimy się już w kolejnych live'ach. Przepraszam, że zakończyłam wcześniej poprzedni odcinek bez pożegnania, bo to będzie jeden w całość. Dziękuję za obecność, dziękuję wam bardzo. Łapki w górę, nowa seria na moim kanale. Jak mówiłam, tak będzie dużo odcinków, więc trzymajcie się ciepło. Do zobaczenia. Elowina. Pozdrawiam was bardzo. Na razie. Życzę wam udanych ferii. Wszystkiego dobrego, dobrego tygodnia. Miłej nocy, miłego dnia. Pozdrawiam ciepło. Do zobaczenia. Byłam ja, a to był nasz użytkownik, nasz gracz. Nasz bohater naszego Hogwartu. Poznajemy dużo rzeczy, poznamy dużo lekcji, poznam nowych uczniów, także witam was w Hogwarcie i witam was w nowej grze i nowej serii, którą może nie zapowiedziałam, ale to taki spontaniczny live będzie z tego, bo nie mam zamiaru tego robić odcinka. Pożyjemy, zobaczymy, co będzie dalej. Trzymaj się ciepło, do zobaczenia. Na razie. Na razie, do następnego razu. Pozdrawiam ciepło. Łapkujcie, subskrybujcie, komentujcie, lajkujcie. I ja się żegnam z wami, żegnam. Razem w tym pięknym smokiem i pięknym miejscem. On tutaj wymachuje. A nie, to kartki fruwają. Także widzimy się już. A jutro Redemption, jak zawsze, w środę. I przepraszam, że nie było Simsów w tym tygodniu. Za to macie nową gierkę. A za tydzień w piątek normalnie już filmy wracają.